Happy holidays, everybody. My name is Don Russo from Freeway Music. Today, we're going to be working on a little festive tune called All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. But before we jump in, if you like our channel, please take a moment and check out our Patreon and YouTube memberships. That's a great way to support the channel. You can like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff as well. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so let's jump into it. The first section is going to be based around a G chord, loosely. I'm going to have my thumb on the low E string, and I'm just going to be tracing a G major 7 like this. And that's just going to be open G, 4th fret, 3rd fret B, 2nd fret, high E. Then I'm doing like these nice little 6/9 jazz chords here, like jazzy sounding chords here. This is going to be 2, 2, 3, 3. And that's going to be the open G major 7 there. Sometimes I just play that single note there. Then I come up here to 4, 4, 5 on the D, G, and B. Then 2, 2, 3 on the D, G, B. This is like a major 13 down to a 6/9 chord. These are all based around G. So. Then I come up here to the 4th fret, 5th fret of the 4th fret of the D and G, 5th fret of the B and E. Then down a whole step. Then back to this G major 7 shape, which is just open, open, open 2. Then 2, 2, 3, 3 for this 6/9 shape. Then back to G major 7. Now do these two shapes again. This is 4, 4, 5 from the D string, and then 2, 2, 3 from the D string. So all together you get. Like I said, sometimes I grab this single note, sometimes I do the chord, but you have these open D, G, and B strings that you can play with at any time. Every take I took was completely different from the next one. So just interpret this and feel it how you like. You know, there's no right or wrong here. Okay, that's the first part. And then the second part is going to be basically based around a C chord. So I do like this kind of C6 shape right here, which is, all I'm doing is adding that A on the 2nd fret of the G string. You may have to refinger your fingers to get this. So basically it's 3, 2, 2, 1 from the A string. Open high E. Oh, let me play it for you first so you can kind of hear it first. There we go. Right, so that's the second part. And so I'm going to be going, this is my lead tone here, then open high E. Back to this shape here, so 2, 2, 3, 3 from the D string. This is a pretty easy shape here. I'm just borrowing the 5th fret of the D string, G string, B string, and high E. And then I just kind of strum through it and hammer the 7th fret of the high E. Back to this chord shape, and then back to this little chord shape we did earlier here, the 2, 2, 3, 3, and then I land on C major 7. So this chord shape is 3, 5, 4, 3 from the A string. So all together, this part. And then we move into the third part. This part here is essentially like, take this same chord shape here, just move it up a minor 3rd. This is a C minor over E flat. I'm going to be playing, I'll play it for you first so you can kind of hear it. So basically I'm just going to be starting here, and I'm going to play the first 3 strings, A, D, G. So again, the fret number is 6, 5, 5, 4, if you're curious. Up to the 4th fret of the B string there. Then when I come up here to this part, what I'm doing is I'm playing basically a C6 chord. I've got my middle finger on the 7th fret and my ring and pinky on the 8th fret of the B and G. My middle finger's on the D string. Then I grab the 5th fret of the high E there, so that's like. Then I switch to this kind of, it's almost like if you took C add 9 and move it up a minor 3rd as well. My middle finger's on the 6th fret of the A, and my ring and pinky are on the 6th fret of the high E and B. And then I have the open G in there. I'm gonna just move that lead tone back from 6 to 5. And I play this ring finger note here on the B string, and then pull off to the 4th fret there. Okay, so that's the 3rd part there. So one more time. You can pick this or do it like that. However, put a chord shape over it if you want to. Now, going into the 4th part, we're going to be based around the G chord again. I'm going to have my thumb on the low E up here, and I'm just going to basically use these open D, G, and B strings here as I move my lead tone like this. So I'm just going to be going, I'll play the whole part for you first, and then I'll explain it. And all I'm doing there is just kind of holding this G down. I'm going G, A, F sharp, G, E, F sharp, or you can even frets like 3, 5, 2, 3, open 2, you know. Again, interpret it and play it how you want, you know. Then I land on the B7 here. This B7 is, the fret-wise, it's 2, 4, 2, 4. Make sure that your pinky is the note that you're accenting there, that D sharp. Don't strum all the way to the top there, because then that lead tone will not be the actual right melody note. So I like to hit the chord and the bass note, but again, it's just a stylistic thing, right? Cool. That's the 4th part. And we come up to the 5th part, which is going to be based around E minor. So let me play it for you, and then I'll explain it. There's a couple flubs in there, but here you go, check it out. I'm going to be playing an E minor 7. So open E, 7, 9, 7, 8. I'm picking the D, G, and B strings with my thumb on the A. Just add my pinky on the 10th fret here. Come down to this like E minor 9 shape here. This is going to be open 7, 5, 7, 7. Reach my pinky out to the 8th fret, so you got. And this is just a minor 7. So I got like 7, 5, 7, 5. Then I move my 5th fret of the B up to the 7th fret of the B there. Then I come back to this shape, which was what we did earlier in our earlier part. This is that C minor over E flat again, which is basically going to be frets 6, 5, 5, 4, right? And that is part 5. So now we move into this part here. We'll call it part 6. And I'll just play it for you first, like I said, and then we'll go from there. This is going to be the... So I think I started it with like a kind of an E form bar chord shape here, so it goes. Let's talk about that. So basically, if you think about like playing a G, and you move it up to an E form bar chord like that, and just put your first finger on the B string and let go of a bar. So the frets are 5, 5, 4, 3. Just strum, or you could pick it like that, then hit the open high E. Come back to my favorite chord, 2, 2, 3, 3 from the D string. Is that right? Take that same chord shape all the way up to 9, 9, 10, 10. So these are both 6, 9 chords for G, basically. This chord's really cool here. This is basically the Jimi Hendrix chord. So open 7, 6, 7, 8, which would be considered a 7 sharp 9, but then we also add this flat 13 on top. So we got from here one more time. Now I do this little thing here where I kind of like do a dramatic ring out. And all I'm doing is just taking my first finger and just kind of raking it across the top of the strings there, right? So, sorry. And then we come up to this next part, so we'll call this part 7, and I'm going to be hammering. Essentially, I'm going to be starting from A minor. So I'm playing open A, and kind of minor 7. I'm borrowing the 5th fret of the D string down. So I'm going to be hammering to the 9th fret with my, or sorry, to the 7th fret with my pinky. To that. It's a 9. That's why I thought 9th fret. Then back. This is just going to be 7, 7, 6 from the D string. Back to 5, 5, 5 from the D string. But make sure when you're here, you don't play that high E on this one, just the stop at the B. So, and this is going to be what's called a D7 flat 9. So I'm playing root 3, 7, 9, 5, or fretwise, sorry, 5, 4, 5, 4. It's a tricky one because you have to bar both of those with your first finger. I usually play this and then add my pinky, so. Then slide up from 5 to 7. And then we go into part 8, which is going to be based around a G and an E minor here. So right here I did like a little, I'm just playing E minor and I'm holding the 2nd fret of the high E string, and I'm going to do like a hammer pull off. Like that, and another pull off. So it's 2 hammer, pull off 2, pull off open. So from here one more time. And then I'm going to come all the way up here. This is going to be called an A minor 11. So it's open, A, 10, 12, 12, 10, like that, right? And we'll conclude this in part 8, put this all together. So I'm going to play from the A string, D, G, and B together, then the high E back to the B. Then this last part here is just a D13 chord, so I'm playing a 5, 4, 5, 5, 7, and just lifting the pinky up. So that last part one more time, this all goes together like this, so. Oh yeah, I think I did a harmonic on the recording, yeah. So like I said, each take was completely different from the other, so. Little harmonic here on the 12th fret of the G and B. So, like this. Then, the only difference between the first take and the second take is I add a little bit of a rhythm to, so the first one I made kind of more ballady, you know, more of like a, had kind of more ballad feel, but the second feel is like a, kind of had a bit, I was just driving it and playing with a bit more of a pulse, you know, as opposed to the first one where I just was very rubato and open. But that's all of the parts of the song. Again, play it like you want to interpret it, like you want to put your own style and flavor into it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, that was a little chord arrangement I made of All I Want for Christmas Is You. If you like this video, please make sure you continue to support our channel through either liking, commenting, subscribing. And all I want for Christmas is for you to be one of our patrons, or maybe check out our YouTube memberships. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.
Mm-hmm.